Good afternoon, my lovelies. Welcome to Thursday Getting Saucy. Today we're gonna make a foundation sauce. It's my homemade mayonnaise. I use it in so many recipes and it's great to have on hand. Once you've made it, it lasts about a month, so you don't have to be afraid of it going bad, and trust me, you will not have some left in the refrigerator at the end of the month. I make it probably once or twice a week, depending on my clients' needs. It's one of those perks that I offer, and I love doing it. I hated it, I was afraid of it, and I was able to overcome that with the system I'm going to show you today. So we start with eggs, and you will get the recipe. We'll attach that as well, and go from there. So let's get 4 eggs into this. Also, the recipe will be half of what I'm doing today. I double it because, like I said, I use it for my clients' needs. So I'm gonna crack eggs, and I had somebody show me this really cool thing where you hit them together and it always cracks one. Very interesting. So if that's a new trick for somebody, I don't know where it came from, but I find it to be quite nice, and then I'm not spilling yolks or whites onto my counter, which I'm really good at that. So we'll get 4 eggs into here. Your recipe will say 2 eggs. You'll be making half a batch. There you go. It's like the competition of the eggs. One's still standing, and we'll leave it there. I'm gonna wash my hands. All right, getting back to this, here are our spices. I used ginger, real salt, white pepper, and a little bit of cayenne. So my mayonnaise has some kick to it. If you don't want the spices in it, that's fine. I don't really like the sweet, and it's funny because you would think that that would hinder when I'm making my coleslaw dressing, which has monk fruit or coconut sugar in it, but it doesn't. It actually adds a really nice base layer. So I'm gonna put this in here. I make 4 or 5 of these up at a time because, like I said, I'm making this on a regular basis, but you will have the recipe, so don't worry about writing this down. That in there. I'm going to take 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Almost perfect. And 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard. I like Frenchies. It's simple. It's supposed to be one of the best as far as pure, but I know clients that like the Dijon in it as well, so whatever you want, go ahead and play with the recipe. That's what I always love doing, and figuring out what works best for you. As you see here, I'm using a smaller teaspoon, and this is the half to scoop out the 1 because mustard doesn't like coming out of the teaspoon. I'm gonna throw that in the sink. There we go. And we can put our lid on. I'm doing this in the food processor because it's easier hands-free. You can do it with a stick blender into the jar that it comes with to do it. You just have to hold the oil differently. So I'm gonna show you my trick for holding oil, and this is fabulous. We're gonna turn this on to low. This going, nice and whipped up. The last thing we need to do is get the oil in there, which has to be a very slow drizzle. This is the trick to mayonnaise. You need to make it a very thin drizzle so that it doesn't go to liquid. And if it goes in slow enough, it will emulsify, and that's how you get your thick mayonnaise. So I created a system where I use one of these jugs. I put a hole in the bottom and a hole in the cap, and I hold the bottom hole, and I pour the mayonnaise in, or the oil in. Now again, I'm going to use this whole bottle because I'm making a double batch. This is 4 cups of oil. Your recipe will show you 2 cups of oil. And I know not everybody has a processor like this, so if you would like, let us know if you want me to show you how to demonstrate doing this in the immersion blender as well. So we'll get all that in. I do kind of start it that way. Get my lid in. Make sure you're holding the hole in the bottom if you do this. That's good and slow, and then watch this. Voila! All right, now that's going to take about 10 minutes with 4 cups. So we're going to let that go and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, as you can see, we've got most of our oil in there. It's about a quarter left and it's just slowly drizzling in. At this point I like to turn it up to high, really get it whipped up, and that'll go. In the meantime, if you have one of these with this top, there's a small hole in there. You can keep pouring the oil in that and letting it drizzle through. That's also a really good stream of oil to go into the container. So, but just don't let this get empty until you're done. And don't over mix this with no oil going in, then it will turn to liquid. So, there's some tips on that. Also, here's an immersion blender that we could do mayonnaise in a mason jar. And we will demonstrate that another time. So, we're almost in here. As we get to the end, I like to help it along a little bit. But make sure when you're doing this that you're unscrewing the top, not the bottom. So I do like this. You want to hang on to that top so you don't drop it into the container. Yes, I've done that. It didn't turn out well. Turn it off. All right. Now, let's see what we got. It is thick and yummy, and you are set to make all kinds of things now.